It's February 23rd. Welcome to yes2hellwith.com. Yesterday, Sunday morning, we held a live video call on how to properly use the Liberty Dialogues framework inside ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. What happened on that call was not theoretical, and it was transformational. It was a very practical exercise on how to mitigate some of the issues that many people face in their personal lives when dealing with the government. Attendees received two foundational documents. One showed them how to prompt AI correctly, how to ask disciplined questions so the output serves you instead of misleading you. The other explained the limits of AI, what it can do, what it cannot do, and why ignorance of those limits causes people to misuse it. But the real power of the call was not the documents, it was the demonstration. People brought real situations from their lives, IRS disputes, common law trust questions, liens placed against property, jurisdictional claims by government authorities. Instead of emotion, instead of internet folklore, instead of following a personality down a rabbit hole of invented language and secret definitions, we applied structure, and we did it live, in real time, using ChatGPT as a tool, not as an authority. We walked through the only order that matters: authority, jurisdiction, status, standing, and obligation. Who is claiming power? Who is claiming power? Where does that power originate? Over whom does it lawfully extend? Under what status? With what proof of obligation? When you move in that order, confusion collapses. When you skip that order, presumption wins. Most people lose not because they are wrong, but because they are unstructured. They react emotionally. They copy arguments from strangers. They learn new terminology that sounds impressive, but fails under scrutiny. And when institutional pressure arrives, those theories disintegrate. What attendees witnessed on Sunday was something different. They saw how to insert their record into the process. They saw how to frame their concerns so that presumption must confront clarity. They saw how AI, when anchored in the constitutional foundation of the Liberty Dialogues, becomes a force multiplier, not a crutch, not a guru, not a fantasy machine, a tool. And tools within disciplined hands create leverage. If you have been chasing answers, if you have followed teachers who required you to adopt their private language, if you have sensed that something was missing, that you were learning tactics but not understanding structure, this is the difference. The Liberty Dialogues does not give you slogans. It gives you order. It gives you hierarchy. It gives you the architecture of power so you can analyze any situation clearly. And when you combine that architecture with AI and it's used correctly, you gain preparation. Preparation replaces fear. Preparation replaces anger. It replaces confusion. If you are in the United States and you are serious about applying this framework to your own life, the SOU for You program is your gateway. It gives you structured entry into these sessions. It gives you direct access to disciplined guidance. And as I begin holding these calls regularly, it gives you the opportunity to refine your understanding in real time. Government does not slow down for us. Presumption does not rest for us. And confusion does not correct itself on its own behalf. Clarity must be built. If you are ready to stop reacting and start structuring, if you are ready to move from frustration to preparation, join us. And as always, may truth reign supreme.